Not to make you a mark for people who are robbing casinos, but how many buy-ins do you feel comfortable bringing when you're playing PLO versus like Hold'em? Do you
It's
do you
real.
have a preference, or would you
It
rather not say?
Well, it's really interesting because I do play 25-25. I played that at Rivers twice, where the buy-in, I think my buy-in was 4K or two. It was two buy-ins at 2K. So each time I bought it, I was in for 4K. Um, but it's one of those things where I was assaulted 2.5, 3 years ago in Las Vegas coming out of the Paris. So this is a story I
Oh,
don't think I
really?
told on my vlog, but I ended up I was playing 1025 5 10 25 at the King's Lounge in the Paris until about 4 in the morning, and I was playing with a bunch of millionaires and myself, and we were getting drinks, we were getting absolutely hammered, and we were passing around a marijuana vape pen, which you weren't really supposed to do, but we were on the featured table, and when you're up there, you can kind of pretty much do what you want, especially when it's 2 3 in the morning. And I bought in the game for 2 grand, and I had ran it up. I think it was like 16 or $17,000. It was a significant amount on a 10 5 10 25 game. And I remember I was so drunk and inebriated, which happens from time to time when I'm playing poker. I become dangerous when that happens because my reader becomes like super heightened for whatever reason. But I remember I went and played open face Pai Gow. Anybody want to talk about table games for a minute? That's my weakness. But open face Pai Gow for $25 a hand. And I did it because I was driving to and from my Airbnb at the time and I did not want to drive drunk. So I was trying to be responsible. But I remember playing open face Pai Gow for 2 hours to sober up. And all I did was order water. And I decided I know I'm going to be hungover. I probably had 12 white Russians. Again, I was drinking and smoking with millionaire PLO recreational players. Again, if the whales are drinking, I have a rule: drink with them. If the whales are smoking, I have a rule: smoke with them. Sometimes it's part of the nature of the profession I belong to, but that's okay. There are some things I won't do, but we won't talk about that. But in any case, so I play open face Pike out for a few hours and I decide I am going to have a hangover. I need to go get some Tylenol. Well, there's a CVS right in front of the Paris. And I come down off the escalator to go into the CVS. And as I'm about to walk into the CVS, which by the way, I found out doesn't have any cameras for the strip, I hear somebody scream from behind and they go, Joshua. And I turn around. I'm like, who the hell knows me? Next thing you know, I'm getting jumped by 3 people. Okay. And I have over $30,000 on me. This is a true story. So what happens is I'm fighting for my life. It's about 4:45 in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning on the strip, and this is an issue that the World Series of Poker in Vegas is going to have to deal with because we had lots of occurrences like this at the Rio that happened, but or similar instances of this of people getting robbed. I think even Sean Deeb was part of that, but that got robbed. But in any case, I'm getting wailed on. The locals are recording this. I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. Somebody call 911. I'm getting beat to a bloody pulp. Finally, these guys realize they're not robbing me. Like I'm gonna go down swinging because I'm swinging, I'm fighting, I'm screaming. They take off running. I grab my phone, I call 911, and I start chasing them. Okay, because I'm that type of guy. You're gonna try messing with my livelihood. I'm gonna come get you. They cross the street to go to the Bellagio. I'm on the phone with 911. I'm calling 911. Hey, I just got assaulted. I got attempted robbery. There's 3 people I'm chasing, blah, blah, blah. Then they're running down in front of the Bellagio, and a cop pulls up. And in the state of Nevada, if you chase somebody after they've tried assaulting you or beat you to a bloody pulp, that, in fact, is a crime. So all of us got misdemeanor tickets. I had
What?
bruises from the top of my wrist. My left hand was twice the size of my right hand. I had bruises all the way down my entire body. I had a huge contusion on my head. I did not realize how badly I was beaten up because my adrenaline was going through the roof until
Yeah.
the next day. I was beaten so bloody to a pulp, and I still have the photos. I sent him to a lawyer and I said, somehow I got a battery ticket because they called the ambulance claiming I was beating them up, swinging at them for my life. And I looked at the cop and I said, you have to be the dumbest cop I've ever dealt with in my life. I said, I've got over 30 grand on me and these guys trying to rob me. And here you're writing me a ticket, And my lawyer at the time explained to me that the process for Nevada police department on the strip is just write everybody a ticket and let people sort it out. So I ended up losing about $1,500 is what it cost me on the lawyer, and we got it thrown out. But I'm telling you this story because it is a problem. Security and safety is utmost problem. Now, since that happened, and even while that was going on, the World Series does allow and offer safety boxes. As a player, you can go in there. I think last year there were $300. You put down a $300 deposit, and I think you got $200 back afterwards. So you can safely bring your money into the parish. You can deposit as much as you want, and you pay, I think it's like $100 the whole time you're there. I don't know if they're still doing that, but that's probably the best way to combat situations like that happening. A lot of players, will end up coloring up a lot of their money into chips, using 5K Patriot chips or 1K yellows or 5K chocolates. The chocolates are at the Paris, and then keep them in your pocket because they say if they do get stolen, they can track them because they have GPS. But I still doubt that because I've had a few 1K chips go missing from time to time. But I don't need to get into those now.
Geez, what a story, man. I think what I should have done instead of asking you specific questions is just been like, hey, Josh, tell me a story.
Yeah, I am Scottish. I will have to warn you that. So one of the things Scotsmen are really well known for are being great storytellers.